What's up, everybody? My name's Colin and welcome back to 4 Ounce Insight. And today we've got a scorching topic on our hands: Israel Adesanya versus Sean Strickland. The two fighters with contrasting styles, personalities, and they are set to collide. If I'm honest, I'm not sure what's going to be more fun about this fight: the trash talking beforehand or the actual fight itself. You know, first up, we got Israel Adesanya, an unbelievable kickboxer, an undeniable personality, who really has taken the UFC by storm. Like, ever since he's entered the organization, yeah, he's been on a path to championship gold. And after regaining that in spectacular fashion with a knockout, his next opponent, Sean Strickland. Now, on one side, we've got this kind of highly skilled technical striker setting traps. And on the other hand, we've got, I don't even know how best to describe his style. It's not technical brawling. It's honed scrapping. Would that be the thing? Let's face it, it doesn't fit within in any traditional model of martial art and fighting. It's very unique. It's basic. It relies on a handful of skills. Doesn't involve much kicking or grappling, but has enabled him to sort of climb the division by just sheer will and brute force, and, you know, a gas tank. Like, it just overwhelms people. You know, similar a bit to Diaz's. It's like constant striking, constant movement, constant pressure. It overwhelms and slowly breaks down their opponent. And 9 out of 10 times, once they're up against the cage, they're just eating shots until the bell goes or till the ref stops it in. I'm trying to find the right way to describe this. What we've got is a very good, skilled martial artist who in Adesanya, of course, who's taken kickboxing and added all the other necessary components to make himself an elite world champion mixed martial artist. On the other side of it, we've got this kind of pressure tested, all sparring, I don't say it's just more of a fighter. Just a fighter. I'm trying to find the right analogy, and maybe I should have thought of this before I hit record. I think it's more like, you know, sometimes you'll hear people say, oh, a trained fighter and an untrained fighter when they're talking about street fighters. Oh, a trained fighter will always beat an untrained fighter. And for me, it's contextualized, right? It needs to be contextualized. So there are plenty of pub fighters out there that I would say are highly trained in the art of pub fighting or street fighting or brawling. They've had so many fights in weird and wonderful environments with a unwilling combatant, right? So what do I mean by that? I suppose in a mixed martial arts cage or a boxing match or any other competitive fighting, it's two martial artists agreeing to fight. That sets distance, range, all the rest of it, and there's a skill set and a rule set that kind of combines all that. Then you can have a highly trained, untrained fighter, pardon the oxymoron, which has honed its skills out there in the streets. You know, they'll pull hair, they'll bite, you know, low blows. They're used to fighting with obstacles in the way. They'll use those obstacles, walls, chairs, you know. They will use any advantage, and they're still trained in that particular discipline, which makes them really awkward. And that's the best comparison I can think of. On one hand, you've got the traditional martial artist who's had added skills and has developed his game and looked for weaknesses and grown and now has developed this beautiful flowing striking art with enough takedown defense and grappling skills to make sure he can get back to his preferred method of destruction. And then the other one, who's just learnt through doing. Like, he's got this funny style. Like, we all see him kind of hands up, dead straight, doesn't kick, doesn't wrestle. Now, I know he had a leg injury a long time ago. I don't know if that plays into part of his kicking and grappling game. But it's more like, you punch me, I'll punch you. But I'm going to make sure I punch you a lot more than you punch me. And he's willing to put his chin on the line. There's a certain simplicity and effectiveness in that. There's nothing fancy about it, and it overwhelms people. But that doesn't mean it isn't a unique skill set of itself. The downside is, this isn't a street fight or a pub fight. He's going to get in a cage with a set rule set with another skilled martial artist, and they're going to engage in mutual combat, which isn't the same as brawling. And he's also up against someone that will pick holes in that very simplistic game. And the differences in their fighting styles are almost mirrored in their personalities. So, you know, Israel Adesanya is a showman. You know, his striking skills match his personality. He's a bit flashy, you know, not in a bad way. He's a businessman. He knows how to get eyes on him. He's a, you know, very confident person. He comes up with some corny taglines sometimes, but nowhere near as bad as Henry Cejudo. But he knows how to get eyes on him. You know, doing dance routines before a world championship fight is insane all by itself. But he definitely has that personality that goes side by side with his skills. And the same could be said of Sean Strickland at the other end. He's kind of brash personality. He says what he thinks. It literally goes in his brain, falls out his mouth. You know, he boasts often about being white trash. And there's no way Izzy's going to get in this man's head at all. If anything, it might happen the other way around. You know, Izzy's very strong mentally, but Sean Strickland is something else. He will say whatever he wants, whenever he wants. He doesn't care who he offends or who he upsets. And that's why I think the banter of this fight is just going to be off the chart and maybe better than the fight itself. Like, he already calls him China's little slut. He's got so many angles to attack Israel Adesanya with zero filter and disregard for who's going to get upset about this. This is a yin and yang of fighting. Skilled martial artist, very popular personality, a gruff, abrasive personality with a gruff, abrasive fighting style. It's really good. I think this is a good fight. I mean, for a spectacle. Do I think in any way Sean Strickland wins this fight? Absolutely not. I think, you know, Izzy spotted the shot that knocked Strickland out with Pereira. He saw it. He said to him, you know, don't parry the jab, you're going to get caught with something. I think Izzy's going to hit him all day long. Like, I can't see anywhere where he's not faster. He's more skilled. He's going to set traps. And I don't think Strickland holds the power to have a puncher's chance. I don't think he's got that one shot. I mean, he can definitely knock you out, but he's not that guy. He's not someone that generally just goes across the cage, hits someone with one shot, drops them. It's more of an accumulation of damage, a breaking of spirit and will, because he's talking to people the whole time he's in there. And in their differences, they've both got something in common, which is in the octagon, they're both cerebral. They're both they're both in flow states. You know, Izzy's playing a high level game of chess. He's setting up reads, he's feinting, he's throwing shots out to test reactions, he's looking for things, and then once he's got his information, he flows into the fight, and then you're in trouble. Strickland goes into the octagon like it's a Wednesday night sparring session. So it's not, there's nothing unique or scary, or there's no pressure for him. He fights. That's all he does. Like, it's evident. He's not a fighter that's bolted on lots and lots of skill sets that we've seen evolved. What he is the, I don't want to be too harsh, but he's like a playground bully. He gets in someone's head, he overwhelms them with violence, he doesn't back up, and every time they hit him, he doesn't really look like he's massively effective. He won't stop marching forward, and the whole time he's doing it, he's calling you a little bitch or something else, you know. But he's definitely in the moment. Now, if both of these fighters get into their flow states really, really quick, Strickland still loses. There should be no realm in which Strickland beats Izzy. None whatsoever. You know, which kind of begs the question why he's got a title shot at all, or why he does so well against so many other fighters. I don't know, like he genuinely presents a block for people that some people just can't get. Some fighters, they just can't get round it. You know, he throws punches from unusual places. I think his main goal is to turn you into a punching bag at some stage. And when I say punching bag, I don't mean he wants to hit you lots, which obviously he does want to hit you lots. But he almost wants to overwhelm you to the point where you stop moving. A lot of his fights end with people just covering up and him laying into him. He wants to slowly break them down, slowly cut off their angles, slowly make them feel like the world's closing in, and the octagon's getting smaller and smaller and smaller, and then before you know it, they're up against the cage and they're being overwhelmed. Last time we saw Izzy backed up against the cage, he knocked someone out to regain his belt. So maybe not the best strategy. So this Ying and Yang, my prediction obviously is Izzy. Izzy should clean this up. This in some ways is a spectacle fight. And I feel like it's one that Izzy just needs to check off his list because the organisation wants it. And, you know, does Strickland deserve it? I'm not sure. He's definitely got enough wins on his record. Either way, every press conference is going to be an absolute barn burner. I think we might see Izzy get a little bit flustered. We might even see him get a little bit angry. But I think he's way too much of a professional. He's had way too many fights for that to impact him severely enough that when he gets in there, he's not going to be able to do his job and just put this man away. Either way, this is a fun one. This is for everyone. This is for the fight fans. This is for the casuals. This is for those that like a fuck it attitude, and it's also for those people that love the finesse and the you know, years and years of martial arts refinement. So a true clash of styles and clash of personalities. I'm all in on this one. I love this fight. I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna have a big grin on my face. But if I'm honest, I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna offer out a big prediction here. I can't really seeing it get out of round 2. I think Izzy's going to download in round 1 and dispatch in round 2. And I think Strickland is going to say the most outlandish, crazy stuff you've ever heard. And it's just going to be really fun press conferences with people maybe wishing they hadn't asked him questions. But that's my 4 ounce insight. Let me know yours in the comments section below. Hit that like button, subscribe button, bell notification, all of that other fun stuff. Let me know what you think. Happy to chat. If you think I'm wrong and you think Strickland's going to do something magical, let me know. And yeah, like I said, that's my 4 ounce insight, and I'll catch you all next time.